Hi, Mike Gibson, Sunil Rao, and Hari Naidu. Welcome, guys. Talk to us about the Cath Lab best practice document. Our Cath Lab director circulated it to us the other day. Talk to us about why you did it and what's in there. How's it evolved since 2012?
Yeah, so honestly, Hari gets a lot of credit for this. This was the first edition, which came out a few years ago, was really born from, I think, some frustration that Hari had, that we all had, really, when we have inspections in our cath lab from JCHO or various governmental bodies, where they may be focused on things that we feel are not necessarily relevant to the cath lab. So Hari really drove the best practices document to provide a template for cath labs around the country and around the world to really integrate best practices into their daily workflow that allows them to maintain patient safety and have the best outcomes.
Right, and the idea was to do it in a very practical way, which is the way we look at the cath lab. What do we do before the patients get there to make it safe and enhance the patient and the physician experience? Because as cath lab directors, those are our customers, and that's what we want to do. What do we do in the lab, incorporating new technology, radial aspect, other aspects of the procedure in the cath lab, including timeouts? And then finally, post-procedure, how do we make sure that the patients are safe, able to go home, maybe same day at times? How do we make sure that they get good handoffs to the referrings and on appropriate medications? And then in this document, we spent a lot of time discussing also the role of the cath lab director, which is a new thing, something we all do, but a lot of responsibility falls on that person, and there hasn't been really a set of guidelines on how to operate, not just in terms of process improvement, but in terms of how do you deal with industry, how do you deal with the responsibilities of cost considerations, which are new things that are thrust upon us.
Right.
So all these aspects, the document gave us an opportunity to discuss and really try to standardize all of this across the multiple hospitals in the country.
How do you move beyond a document to implementation?
Yeah, so I think the nice thing about the document is that it falls completely in line with SCAI's mission for professional development. So for example, one thing that comes immediately to mind when we talk about the cath lab director is that, you know, for many of us, we get appointed cath lab director at some point earlier in our career. It's a title that we're given. We feel pretty good about it for about 15 minutes until you have that first meeting, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm not really prepared.
Do something
Yes.
here.
Yeah. So, you know, this ties in very nicely with the cath lab boot camp, for example, that we've done.
It's a trick that the guys who've been cath lab director don't tell you about.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
it ties in with the cath lab boot
Right.
camp. It ties in with the quality program that we have through SCAI. So I think implementation is really at the local level, and SCAI is facilitating that by educating not only the cath lab directors, but the nurse managers and the operators that work in the lab every day.
Right, so one of the comments I got was they liked the section of the governance, but they didn't realize there's so much for the director to do.
Right.
And so I think for the first time, it really spelled out all the responsibilities, and they are
Right.
quite numerous.
Right.
And it also showed what parts can be shared with other administrators, such as the cath lab, non-physician director, and the roles of the other physicians in the lab to build consensus where it makes sense. And so it shares that responsibility, but also makes it very clear that it's a large responsibility that also the hospital needs to support both financially and with time.
I think some people view it as like an award. I did so well, I was named.
Right.
No, it's a job, it's a responsibility, and it's a lot of responsibility, right? Any tools provided in terms of checklists, thoughts on apps, things like that to help?
Yeah, so a few things. Again, Hari gets a lot of credit for this. In the very first document, we wanted to actually provide a checklist. So unlike an academic paper where you sort of read it and then do maybe create some slides on your own,
right.
This is a checklist that you literally can tear out of.
Well, that's what I said.
Document.
How do you get to implementation?
Yeah.
More than a document.
Exactly. So you can tear it out and make copies. Now, of course, we're all on EHRs and.
Well, this could become an ICMR.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's exactly what we're doing. There's a pocket card available for people to carry around. These kinds of best practices help you in the 3 to 5% of times where you really don't know what to do, right? 95% of the time, the lab's humming along, things are going great. But when there's an issue, when there's an inspection coming up, that's really where the rubber meets the road, where this document will help you.
And the checklist makes sure, it's very hard to be comprehensive when you're taking care of so many patients in a day. So a checklist forces you to be comprehensive. It forces you to be methodical about not missing aspects that can make or break a case. If the patient took metformin and they're at risk for renal insufficiency, or if the patient is on some of these newer medications that require 1 to 2 days of discontinuation prior to safe non-radial access. These are things that if you standardize them, then all labs benefit from that.
Right.
And so the checklist is there, but we also have other tables that are new. We have tables on how to improve tricks for improving patient satisfaction, HealthStream scores. We have tables on drills in the cath lab. So for example, how do you deal with perforation, but how do you deal with cardiac arrest, how do you deal with stroke in the cath lab, things that your lab should prepare for prior
Right.
to happening. And these are the first time we've been talking about these things. And I think that's a way to engage all people in the cath lab and again, share the responsibility of the director with the entire team.
Well, thank you, Hari, for all your hard work in putting this together. Thank you, Sunil, as well.
For being the eye candy.
You're really the eye candy, as usual. But thanks for being here. And thanks to all of you for joining us here from SCAI 2016.